typical day looks like. A lot of my clients are in Europe and the East Coast of the United States, and I am on the West Coast. So my day starts real early, starting to work with those clients. So mostly it's the first half of my day is meeting with those clients. So I'll have those kind of management meetings that are more of an advisory style meeting where I'm meeting one-on-one or one to a couple with the leaders at the companies that we're working with, to kind of talk about how things are going, talk about things like hiring, comp plans, building the team, all these kind of strategic pieces that go into building the outbound function as a whole. So I'll have some of those meetings. I'll also have some team meetings, which I would have with the leaders and also the practitioners, sales reps, whether that's SDRs, AEs, from the companies that we're working with, where we actually build some stuff for their playbook. So we're building things like from the very foundations, looking at who their ideal customer is based on their past customers, best customers, figuring out which segments we want to target, figuring out the buyer personas and their kind of pains and priorities, and then all the other things that come after that in building the playbook, like building the sequences, building the messaging, building the call scripts, objection handling, whatever. So those team calls, we get into the kind of tactical stuff and build stuff for their playbook. So I do a bunch of those in the morning. And then I also have one-on-ones with kind of one-on-one coaching sessions with the reps as well. So for those companies that work with us to both build their playbook and kind of fine tune their rep skills as they go, I'm doing that with their reps a lot. So doing, active listening sessions or asking the right questions or role plays, call reviews, all that kind of stuff. Just what a sales manager would do with their reps, I'm doing with those reps as well. So that's the morning. Then we get into some team meetings. We have a lot of the coaching team gets together and kind of puts our head together a lot to make sure that the content and what we're teaching is the most up to date. Obviously, we're each out there learning from the companies that we're working with, learning from watching different webinars, learning from doing prospecting ourselves. So we need to come together as much as possible to share that information and make sure that that gets put into the playbooks, the content, it gets reshared kind of to whoever it would work for. So we spent a lot of time on that and kind of discussing the best way to build these playbooks for companies and how to help them achieve their goals as quickly as possible. So a lot of team calls together, doing that sort of thing. And then in the afternoon, it's the prep for the next day. So we spend a lot of time kind of offline, not just on the calls with clients, a lot of time offline, building their playbook, going out and kind of looking for resources that are going to be helpful to them, whether that's building that kind of stuff out from scratch or whether it's going and I often will say like, okay, you know what, I did a podcast on this, 2 years ago, this guy had a great insight on this thing. So I'll go pull that kind of rework it into their playbook. And I basically set out my tasks that need to be done to prepare for the next module or the next piece of content that I'm going to go through with each of the clients. So yeah, much the afternoon is just building out the playbooks, looking for resources, and preparing for the next meetings the next day.